Hey friends, my name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. And the Meteor65 airframes have arrived. Look at this! Hey, that's an order from TinyWhoop.com. Yeah, they got here at so it's 7:08 right now. I checked the mailbox at I checked the mailbox at 6:30. They weren't in there. I was like, come on, man. Our mailman comes late, but this was out of control. And then I started making other plans for the stream. I was gonna do financial ruins Friday. And then I checked the mail again at 6:55, and it was in there. I was like, oh! So I really quickly did a thumb. Nah, maybe not 6:55. Maybe it was 6:50. But it was late. It was super last second. But they are here, and I'm excited, man. The ultimate freestyle tiny whoop is about to become maybe the ultimate freestyle tiny whoop. I did a I think we're only up to 2 ultimates. I did when I found the initial setup that really blew my tits off, I called it the ultimate freestyle tiny whoop in a live stream. And then I think that was on the 30,000 kV 702s. And then when the 32,000 kV 702s came out, I jokingly called it the ultimate freestyle tiny whoop. The 30,000 to 32,000 was an improvement for sure. It was a subtle improvement. This will more than likely be a subtle improvement as well. Although maybe not. Maybe it'll be a big improvement. It really the weight is not going to be a huge improvement, but the height of the ducts in relation to the height of the 702, basically where the propeller lives, it looks like they did from the specs, if they pulled the duct down a little bit, this will be a significant improvement, because instead of the propellers coming around and catching the supports of the ducts, like what you get on the Meteor65 frame, which seems to have been more designed for 0802s. We weren't really into the 702s when the original Meteor65 frame was designed. So yeah, if the ducts are shrunken down, and if the Meteor65 airframe was designed more for the shorter 702s, that will be a pretty big improvement. I'm kind of in the weeds, so let me show you what I mean. It won't be hard for me to actually show you what on earth I'm talking about here. So if you look at where the propeller blade rotates in there, and just think of where it's going to hit, see how low it is in the ducts? So it right where it is now, see that support? There's 6 of those supports. There's another one over here. And you'll actually notice the tip of some of my propellers are broken off. Where's one? Well, here, I can show you on the desk here. So look at see how the tip of that is broken off there? Boy, oh boy, there you go. There you can see it. That's from the propellers hitting, that's from turtle mode really, but it's from the propellers hitting those supports. So hopefully, yeah, hopefully you guys can kind of see it in there, how low these propellers sit when you run this Meteor65 frame. See it down there? It's almost below the duct. It is. See that? There, you can really see it. So if they've improved that, so what that causes is you've got your duct and then you've got the propeller coming around. When you hit something, the duct flexes in and the propeller comes around and it hits that support, and then that motor stalls out. Usually when you hit something with a tiny whoop, it's game over anyway, but what I notice when I fly other tiny whoop frames, like the cockroach frame, is that small little bounce off of stuff crashes. It won't fall out of the air as frequently as the Meteor65. So hopefully that situation is improved with these frames. And I mean, I can probably give you an answer to that right now by just putting these things down and looking at them side on from one another. So let's take a real quick look here. Oh yeah, they totally did. They totally did. Oh my God, you can absolutely tell. Look at that. Look at the difference. Hold on, it's hard to see it on the black frame. You'll be able to see it. Oh, yo. Yo. Well, as long as the rest of the frame holds up, this is a really, really, really good thing. And you can kind of see that where the supports meet the duct, it's nice and smooth now too. Let's just masturbate over the new frame. What do you say? Let's get a little masturbatory session going. All right, let's not do that. That's awful. It looks very, very, very similar. Realistically, the height, you can kind of tell it's shorter, but also the other thing that you can tell is it's got this little nose on it. I don't know what that's there for, but yeah, those are really the only like super visual differences between the old school Meteor65 and the new one. Although that's not true. The motor mounts are different. The motor mounts have little raised bits. You can kind of see it there. It's out of focus, but there's lots of pictures on BetaFPV's website if you want to get a really close look at this frame. Instead, let's just put it on the damn thing and smash the living hell out of it to see how it holds up. I am really excited that it's so much shorter like that. That's a really, really, really good thing. And I think with 702, I think this is going to be the frame with 702s. Hey, look what button I can push. I shamelessly stole that from Mighty Car Mods. I sent them an email asking permission to use it. They never got back to me because, you know, they're a huge channel and I'm just a yokel in Atlanta, Georgia. Go subscribe to Mighty Car Mods because it's the best car channel on the internet. Box from Tiny Whoop here. That's what we're supposed to do, right? Black Meteor65 airframe, blue Meteor65 airframe, clear Meteor65 airframe. These came in cases, but I had to get them out to fondle them and to take the thumbnail image. Yeah, that's the main reason that I did this order. But I also snagged another ultra short left-hand circular polarized True RC Singularity antenna for the Walksnail builds that are coming. Look at this cute little guy. Ooh! It's the smallest thing you'll ever spend $20 on. All right, so I can put that up there, and I also snagged an extra Runcam Nano 3 because I've broken a few of them over millions and millions of crashes, and yeah. Now I have an extra, which is pretty awesome. Hopefully it has the holes in it, and it does indeed. Awesome. So, yeah. Happy days. Happy days. Apparently there's a new version of the Runcam Nano 3 that does not have the mounting holes that you need for the Walksnail Mobula 6 canopy. So, if you're committed to the Ultimate Freestyle Tiny Whoop formula, which uses this camera and the Mobula 6 canopy, maybe buy a couple of extra Runcam Nano 3s now before potentially they start coming without the mounting holes. I don't know. They're really cheap and it's a really decent little camera. So, you know, future-proof yourself, fool. Future-proof yourself, fool. And then Jesse always includes an excellent little note and a bunch of stickers. Let's see what he had to say this time. Although sometimes it's Nightwing, which is really cool. Thank you, Ciotti. Enjoy. Oh, that's a new person. Kaylee. Awesome. A bunch of stickers in here. And might as well fly the finest. Share the air. Oh, that's adorable. It's like don't hit butterflies, basically. Share the air. That's awesome. The little flying squirrel. Ooh, Tiny Whoop motor oil sticker. That's going right on the toolbox. Unless there's already one on there. There's not! Oh, yes! Oh, man. Yeah, right on the back of the toolbox there. That's perfect. Hell yeah. Tiny Whoop motor oil, bro. Shirt of the day! Look up Action... If you don't know what Action Park is, look up Action Park. And then look up the documentary called Class Action Park. It was this ridiculous theme park in New Jersey that like people died at. It was crazy. And I'm pretty sure that I went at some point with my cousin Mark. When I watched the documentary, I had very specific memories of that place. So, yeah. I didn't die. I remember being like... I remember some of the rides, like, looking at them and just being like, somebody gonna die here, bro. And then they did. But not at the rides that I thought. People died in, like, the wave pool. I forget where else. Watch the documentary. It's actually really good. And candy. Somebody said no candy from Tiny Whoop. Always candy. Always a little sour, a big fat Sour Patch Kid. I'm going to eat this later and just get a stomach ache. Because that's my life. In the chat, FP Avery was first, Douglas Otwell was next, Hockey Rounds, FPV Flyer, Espander, Travis H, Riot 9, CMYK, FPV, Northern Tier, Hockey Rounds, P. Richard Scott's in the house, Volusia, Bitter Root, Glenn Burnett, Troy Prelog, Bob Bruce, Wanna Get Fly, another Trucking FPV channel, Mr. Huggy McMucus, Liam, Chase, Fun Per Volt, Hockey Rounds, We Bleed FPVs in the house. What's up, brother? Mr. Dr. Death, Freelo Joe, Denzel the Terrible, Bob Bruce, Professor Biohazard, Glenn Burnett, Kevin James, Sky... Skyblender FPV. I'll never not laugh at that name. Denzel the Terrible, McBucas, We Bleed, Gusto FPV, Big J 541. What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming. Let's start building, yo. No, let me shill real quick. I've been terrible about shilling. And also, let's give some shout outs to our newest patrons. We've been on a hot streak with about one or so new patron per live stream. Who's it going to be tonight, yo? I rely on you guys. The reason that I can review stuff so harshly and talk so much smack is because you pay my bills rather than BetaFPV or Newbie Drone or any of these other companies. They don't really send me much stuff for review or for giveaways or anything like that. You know, I know for a fact that a lot of these companies don't send me stuff because they know that I'm going to bash it and beat the shit out of it. Newbie Drone continues to send me stuff, which says a lot. Like, you know, say what you may about Newbie Drone, they have the guts to send the guy that stomps everything and breaks everything stuff. And that's, like, awesome. One of the reasons that they do it, in fairness, is because they know that they're going to get good feedback from me. And so, yeah, like, that's a big deal because that means that they want to make stuff better, and that's what we all want, right? So, yeah, anybody that sends me stuff, I'm always, like, amazed and really happy that they do, because it means that they care about that kind of stuff. They care about making it better, and they have some level of confidence in it, right? But, yeah, it falls on you beautiful people to support me and keep this thing rolling. And you do an amazing job, and I thank you as often as I possibly can without sounding like a broken record. Who's going to be our new patron tonight? You get all kinds of benefits. You're going to love it, I swear. Here's a link to it over on CiottiFPV.com. You are going to get access to a secret YouTube playlist with almost 90 unreleased videos, half-done edits, sketchy flying, I don't want to be public, Patreon-only live streams that we've done. For just you wonderful supporters. You're going to get 2 Facebook groups, one for selling stuff within a trusted community, the other one for just kind of hanging out. You're going to get full access to my Discord channel, which is going to get you into things like the Video Collective text channel where you can post your live streams that I might play on during the giveaways. It'll also give you access to the Stick and Dick Ends Fund. This is these are 2 boxes of all of the stick ends that are in stock on the internet that you can rent out from me, so that you can physically try the stick ends on your transmitter. And that is how you need to pick a stick end, not from a picture on a website. So yeah, all kinds of really cool benefits to hopping onto the Patreon. You can join for as little as $3 a month, but do me a favor and consider getting in on some giveaways at the $5 or up a month tiers. Once you get over to Patreon, it'll be explained to you, but basically for $5 a month and up, which is still like 10 cents an hour of content, you're going to get entered into giveaways every single first Monday of the month. And if you win a giveaway, it's going to cover the amount of stuff that you're going to win is going to cover your Patreon subscriptions for many months. So yeah, hook your boy up and support gambling addiction in 2023. I've got an Etsy store with some fun stuff if you're looking to buy yourself something nice, because you deserve it. Also, Teespring, get yourself a cool shirt, show your love. Over on Fiverr, you can work one-on-one with me. I've got almost 8 years of experience in this. I would love to dump like 6 months to a year's worth of knowledge into like a half an hour or an hour-long session for you. All of the answers are out there, but good luck finding the right answers from the right people that know what the hell they're talking about. It is typically well worth a couple of dollars to get a ton of info all at once from a trusted source. It's gonna, like, you know, if you've been into FPV learning for a year and a half, within a half an hour, it's gonna be as if you were into FPV learning for 2 years or 2.5 years. So yeah, save yourself some time and money as well by doing this. Like, I'm gonna tell you the stuff that doesn't catch on fire out of the box. You buy one $80 EFC that catches on fire the 5th battery, and you know, you could have just asked me and I would have told you to get Acon or T-Motor, and that doesn't happen. Stuff like that. So hook yourself up and hook me up, and words go here. I also have a whole bunch of affiliate links that are free money. We Bleed FPV, Newbie Drone, FPV Cycle, Amazon. For anything you buy on Amazon, you can use an affiliate link. Get FPV, God, Brain 3D, HD0, Flywoo, Emacs, Banggood, Camera Butter, and AliExpress. If you're ever doing an order on any one of these websites and you hit my affiliate link at some point before you check out, I will get 1 to 6% of your entire order. You can still use coupon codes, still get free shipping. It has no effect on you whatsoever. So yeah, change your bookmarks to my affiliate links, change your auto suggestions to my affiliate links, whatever it takes. It is free money, and it helps me continue to do this so I can bring you beautiful people the content that you seem to enjoy. Thank you for that. And that's it. That's as much shilling as I would like to do here today. Freelojo with a $3 super chat. He says, just cause. And then a $10 super chat. He says, you are you. I am indeed me. Me am me. I am me am I am. Thank you, Freelojo. Very cool of you. Let me get caught up on the chat. If you want to talk to me directly in the chat, all you got to do is type CiottiFPV. When you do that, it'll light up in orange like this. You just got to spell it right, and you don't want to put a space in between Ciotti and FPV. You can do that with each other as well. If you type somebody else's name in the chat, for them, their name is going to highlight in orange as long as you spell it right. Espander says, hi, CiottiFPV. Travis says, good evening, Ciotti and gang. CMYK says, yo, what's up, gangly gang? Hockey Round says, I'm curious how the duct clearance is with 702s on the airframe. Thank you for saying that, Hockey Rounds. You reminded me of it. We would have got there eventually, but yeah, I'm glad to really dive into that early because it's a super big deal. CMYK dropping the CiottiFPV.com link. Thank you, dude. Chase says, what's up? Mr. Dr. Death says, good eve. Denzel the Terrible says, hey, Kivs, what guan? How do you CiottiFPV? Sorry to hear about your Hummingbird. Watch Wednesday's stream if you want to see the saga that has begun with the Hummingbird. I reached out to Kelvin and I forget the name of my other contact over there. And I let him know what happened. Kelvin actually was watching the stream, I think he said, when it happened. And they jumped on it right away. They are investigating the gate timing. So if you've ever wondered what the hell the OH5 or OH10 or OH15 designation is when you flash an ESC in Bluejay or BL Heli, it's not always OH, but whenever you flash your ESCs in any of the ESC software, there's letter space dash letter dash number. I think that's how it's formatted. It might be in a different order than that, but yeah, 2 letters and a number. The number is the gate timing. Ryan Harrell over on Mini Quad Test Bench has an article, somebody linked it on my Discord, talking about what gate timing is. I have not really dove into it, nor do I really care to, but currently on the Hummingbird AIO, it's OH5. And 5 is the shortest gate timing that there is. Newbie Drone is looking at bumping that gate timing up to 10, but the biggest issue seems to be, yet again, with one of these new Bluejay releases. Maybe it's just a scapegoating situation. I have no idea, but I have not had any luck with Bluejay 0.17, 0.18, 0.19, or 2.0. We have tested them to death on this channel, and Bluejay 0.16 seems to be the only stable Bluejay release over the last, I don't know how long. What's interesting about that and the inside baseball is that up until Bluejay 0.16, I forget his name, but there was like a main guy working on it. After 0.16, some other folks took Bluejay over, and that's when we've been seeing some issues on some AIOs. Some ESCs and AIOs, the new Bluejays are totally fine. Some of them they're not, and I've shown you a whole bunch of them where it's not here on this channel, to death. Like we've really spent a lot of time on that. So anybody that just, anybody that wants to now at this point say like, oh, you just don't know what the hell you're talking about. Well, you're the one that doesn't know what the hell you're talking about, because I'm certain that you haven't done as much testing as I have. And I've done all the testing live on the streams here, so go ahead and educate yourself before making a jackass out of yourself in the comments, saying that I'm an asshole. So go back and learn a little bit of something, and you'll see my testing, you'll see the methodology that I use, and if you have an actual educated comment, and you can, prove that the testing that I've done is wrong, by all means, please, that's what I want. But if you just think that you know more and you've done 5 minutes of testing, please shut up, because it's just wasting everyone's time. Sorry to be a little harsh, but I get a little tired of armchair quarterbacks that have no experience and have done no testing, that just for some reason think that they know everything, calling me a dick. So yeah, if you haven't done loads of testing, just shut up, or I'm going to come and attack you with a shovel. Your choice. I'm going to get in trouble one day for this shit. Professor Biohazard says, I feel like I won the lottery today. I actually got a prop popper ordered. Should I? Should I make the prop poppers go out of stock for sure? If Professor Biohazard says that he got a prop popper today, then that means that they're in stock. So let's come over here to tinywhoop.com. If you have Tiny Whoops and you don't have one of these, get your ass on here. Oh, nope, never mind. Let's just check real quick though. If you don't have one of these yet, you should have a tab opened, and you should check that tab every day, because you need one of these. These are amazing. I kind of want this pink and purple now, man. So I have a red one. I think I want a purple one though. Yeah. Notify me when available, yo. This is what you want to do. This is what you want to do right here. yeah, pick your color and get on the list, yo. I mean, if I didn't have one of these, I would put a notify me when available in for every single color. They're that good, and it's not going to take you that much time. Just copy and paste it. Yeah, do it. It's you need it. You do. You need it. Glenn Burnett says, did you see that Newbie Drone released a PSA on the Hummingbird with Bluejay firmware? I did indeed. I've been talking to them quite a bit since Wednesday, and they've been, yeah, bouncing ideas off me, and they sent me that before it went out for me to take a look at. So yeah, they're on top of it, as they typically are. You know, there were a couple of comments on Wednesday's stream shitting on Newbie Drone, saying that their quality sucks. I have not found that to be the case. I've found Newbie Drone's quality to be just as good, if not better, than pretty much everything else. So yeah, I don't really I guess people are, I don't know. I don't know why people are so hard on Newbie Drone. You know, it's... my guess is that people don't understand that with US-made products from a US company that has actual customer support, you got to pay a little bit more for that. Like a lot of our quads attract a younger audience, and a lot of younger folks just have no idea how the world works, and so I'm assuming that has a lot to do with it, because yeah, I've actually had really good luck with Newbie Drone quality. Is it indestructible? Absolutely not. Is anything that we demand to be as cheap as possible indestructible? Absolutely not. Like, you need to have realistic expectations with pretty much everything in FPV, right? And like I've mentioned a million times, like, it's our fault. We demand that these manufacturers sell us stuff as cheap as possible because we're cheap bastards, but also because we break this stuff. We smash this stuff into hard surfaces really hard, and it breaks. So why would we want to spend, why would we want to do a $300, $400 Tiny Whoop build if we know we're going to wreck it slamming it into the door frame for the 1,000th time, right? So we have demanded and we have voted with our dollars for the cheap stuff, and the manufacturers have seen that and said, okay, we need to make our shit cheaper. Well, you can't just make it cheaper, yo. What's the thing? Fast, good, cheap. Pick two, right? We've picked cheap and we've picked fast, basically, right? We haven't picked good. It's not the best analogy, but you guys get what I'm going for here. Yeah, you have to have a reasonable expectation that FPV parts are going to break. We ask the world of them, and we give them like no quarter whatsoever. I work really hard to find the ones that last longer, but with everything that is bought, there's an expectation that it's going to explode at some point. And if you've not been in the hobby for long enough to kind of realize that, you're going to realize it at some point. Stop posting XYZ manufacturer sucks balls, I'm going to burn their warehouse to the ground. You just make yourself look like an idiot to those of us that have been around for a while. If something blows up really, really, really early on, sure, maybe that's a product that was mismanufactured. Maybe it's just the 1 in 20 that it does that. There are no manufacturers that really have escaped that other than like T-Motor and Acon. Happy Model has a terrible reputation for quality on most of their stuff. We have found one AIO that is a unicorn. BetaFPV as well, right? HGLRC has a horrible reputation for stuff blowing up immediately, but all their stuff doesn't blow up immediately, right? You hear stories of every, insert name of any FPV manufacturer here. There are tons of stories on the internet of their stuff blowing up right out of the box. if you've not been in this hobby for long enough for that to happen to you, welcome to the game, my friend. It's coming for you. So yeah, let's be a little realistic here. And, you know, the Hummingbird is a $90 US side Tiny Whoop. Do I expect it to last more than, what did we put, maybe 20 batteries through it? Of course. Might it have been a software issue? Might it be all because of Bluejay 0.20? Of course, not of course, but yes. Do new products have growing pains? Of course they do. You know, we allow these manufacturers to put products out that are not super tested, because we are like all over new stuff, right? Like new releases are just everything. So for a manufacturer, they're going to push stuff out to try as quick as possible to try to, you know, beat all the other manufacturers. And, you know, with that, we become the R&D. So this is not a new thing. Like, this has been this way in FPV for a long time. Like I said, if you're too new to have been through that cycle, welcome to the game, my friend. Stay a while. It's worth it, I promise. You get to fly, for Christ's sakes, through the air for the first time in your life. Like, it's worth it. Just deal with it, yo. The rest of us have been dealing with it for many years. So yeah, there's that. Skyblender says, late again. How are you, CiottiFPV and gang? McMucus says, no candy from Tiny Whoop. We Bleed FPV says, I grew up living in the park. Great times. The tennis tanks on the dry side of the park. Cliff dives. Which park? I grew up living in that park. What park? Great times. The tennis tanks on the dry side. What park? What park are we talking about? I feel very lost. See it. YouTube just did the thing. CMYK dropping the CiottiFPV.com link and the Freeloader dropping the Patreon link. Thanks again, fellas. And Freeloader, thanks again for the super chats, the 10 and the 3. Much appreciated. Alfaxis says, oh, Canada. Alfaxis also says, I flew it with one battery. I'm more pro than you, JK. McMucus says, I definitely blew up a Happy Model Whoop ESC and motor on Bluejay 2.0. It also was 104 degrees out. I would not blame 104 degrees, to be honest. 104 degrees out will definitely cause the motors to get a little hot, a little hotter than normal, but there's a big difference between the motors getting really hot and the ESC letting go. So yeah, it's looking like Bluejay has more issues. You know, we've seen this. I don't know what they're up to. I hate to like throw anybody under the bus, but like, it's really frustrating that Bluejay 17, 18, 19, and 2.0 don't work on a whole bunch of boards that are out there, right? Like, it's not just one or two boards. Like, I've found, what is it, 5 different ESCs and AIOs that fall out of the air when you push hard roll and yaw in, and you backdate to 0.16, and they're all perfect. Like, that's no good at all. You know, it's impossible for these software companies, I guess I'll call them. I don't know. It's impossible for the people that make this software to test everything, for sure, right? But 0.17, 0.18, 0.19, 0.20, like, you cannot tell me that in the amount of time that they've put out those 4 releases, that they have not received feedback from people with these boards. And I feel like they've had plenty of time to figure out what on earth is going on. So yeah, I don't know. I'm one to talk though, when they asked me to, they reached out to me and wanted me to like help them debug. It was a time that I was super busy, and I gave them as much info as I could, but I don't, like, I'm not a computer guy. Like, I don't know how to do, like, serious debug stuff. So I pointed them to my live stream with a ton of info and a ton of testing, and that was, and I couldn't really sign up for, like, to help them specifically one-on-one to help them debug this stuff. But you know, it was like, we're talking tiny whoops here. So, you know, we're talking a $50 AIO. I don't, you know, they should buy that AIO and do their own testing rather than relying on me. So, I don't know. But, hey, I guess I'm part of the problem. I think I did more than most, though, so I feel okay. Valtree says, no problem. It is a tiny 3,200 kV, 32,000 kV shovel. I feel like I'm missing something here. No problem. It is a tiny 32,000 kV shovel. Valtree, tag me again and give me a little context there. Oh! The prop popper. I think Valtree's talking about the prop popper. It is basically, yeah, a little shovel. Off Axis says this stream should be called The Hard Truth with CiottiFPV. Hockey Round says your t-shirt. Yep, this is the shirt of the day. I did indeed survive Action Park. Look up the documentary called Class Action Park. That's a good one. Cool. I'm caught up on chat. I'm gonna move chat over so that I can sit at the bench. I talked to my dad earlier today, and he said that the new microphone placement, which is right over here in between where I'm sitting now and the workbench, he said that mic location is working really well. So I love that. But I am always looking for feedback on my setup here. So yeah, I'm about to roll over. I mean, I guess now's a perfect time to kind of test it, because I'm about to roll over, as I'm doing right now, to the bench. I mean, I did raise my voice a little bit just now, but I can see from the volume meter that it is peaking a little bit lower, but I don't know. I think it's fine. We are going to put the... we're going to put the... Look at all these batteries, man. We're going to pound on these frames tonight. And we're going to do it with all of these happy little Weebleed FPV batteries. Shout out to Weebleed for keeping me stocked up on these awesome little batteries and all kinds of other cool stuff. I bought this light blue frame thinking that it might match up with these motors, but it doesn't. It's way more blue than these motors, so I'm gonna use this clear frame. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this blue one. I'll just hang on to it, I guess. But yeah, we are gonna move the Tiny Whoop motored 0702 32,000 kV rig into this Tiny Whoop airframe rather than the Weebleed motored rig initially. This is going to get moved over, but I want to have two identical rigs, one of them with this frame. So this is how I'm going to accomplish that. Let's get a couple of quick weights on these things, because that's going to be a part of the conversation for sure. Meteor65 airframe is lighter weight, although I gotta be honest, I am more excited about the ducts being down lower. 2.6 grams on my frame. Let me see if I have a regular... I do! I do have a regular Meteor65 frame here. So we will get a real life comparison in weight here. And well, so I just pushed on it and now it's reading 2.7. So when that happens, what I assume that means is that it's actually basically like 2.65 grams. Now the scale settled back down to 2.6. So yeah, like maybe 2.64 grams, 2.65 grams, somewhere in that ballpark. Here is a old school Meteor65 frame, and that's coming in at 3.2. It's bouncing up to 3.3. Let's load the scale down and then let it decompress here, and it's sitting at 3.3. So we're talking about a half a gram of weight savings, which is a really big deal on a Tiny Whoop. Like that's legitimate. That's a legitimate weight difference. I know it doesn't sound like much, but my God, we are with a rig that weighs less than 20 grams dry. Like, to be able to save a half a gram is a big deal. The next thing that I want to give you is weights on both of these rigs. They are built almost completely identical, but for some reason there is, well, the BT 2.0 leads are a little bit different. It's got a little bit extra wire on this one versus this one. let me just get some propellers on here, though, because this rig that we're about to work on doesn't have props on it at the moment. So the all clear rig is coming in at 19.1 grams. So that's the one that we're going to put this frame on. So it should be 18.6 once we're done. And then the black rig is heavier, 19.7. Not surprising. So yeah, there you go with some weights. Let's get this frame put on here. I am super oh, we've got the, I forgot, this has the PEEK screws on it. I guess I can leave these motors plugged in, huh? Yeah, since there's no props on it, I can just leave these motors plugged in. Well, that's pretty cool. I guess the only problem with this new mic location is that the mic is blocking the bottom of the chat. So I'm usually a little bit late on chat comments, but now I'm going to be even later. Now at least I'll have an excuse, though. The microphone's in the way, so that's nice. I like that. Nice to have excuses ready. Curtis Preston says, do you feel removing motor plugs is helpful as far as weight savings with the added soldier? So it's interesting. Somebody actually asked me that same question on Wednesday's stream. I have played that game before of direct soldering tiny whoop motors to save weight and to, in theory, save resistance? That sounds weird. I'm sure that's not the right wording of it. But in theory, direct soldering the motors and not using the connectors is going to be a connection that has less resistance, right? The difference in weight was like 0.2 of a gram all in, which is something, but it's almost nothing. Like that's tough. And then I did not notice any increase in runtime or power that might show that, yeah, the connectors have a significant amount of resistance. And so without a noticeable improvement in performance or weight, I have a really hard time justifying the amount of work that it takes to direct solder these tiny ass little motors. The main thing for me is that all that extra work basically leaves me with a rig that I'm not going to fly super hard because it was such a pain in the ass and it took me so long to direct solder the motors. I don't want to bang up a motor and have to do it all and have to tear it apart and do it all over again. You know, you can't really like just direct solder it while it's still in the frame. Like you have to take the AIO out to do a good job with it, or else you risk like melting your frame or just getting a shitty solder job done in there. So yeah, like holistically, right? Like when you look at the whole kind of situation, I just don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's worth it. One of the reasons this rig is lighter is because of these peak screws, by the way. These are the BetaFPV peak screws. I got these from WeBleedFPV, where I do have an affiliate link. And these guys have held up really well. And I did a live stream about it with the actual weight savings. I want to say it was 0.4 of a gram total weight savings by just switching 2 out of 3 screws out. I do not recommend that you use a peak screw or a Rennie screw, that's the other plastic, on the outer motor hole. Just use them on the 2 inner motor holes and then use a metal screw on the outer motor hole. That's going to be much more durable. Wow, Sticker Mule. Holy cow. That was quick. I got some glitter stickers coming from Sticker Mule. You guys excited? Who's going to get themselves a glitter sticker? Why is this... I guess I moved this toolbox a little bit, and that muffed this camera up. Let me fix this real quick here. There you go. That's a little bit better, I think. Is that more centered? Wait, is it just this? It's just this. There we go. Okay. I've got this off here. Let's push this out real gentle like and pop it in the new frame. Poop it in the new frame, yo! This is exciting. I'm really excited to see where the propellers line up in these new shorter ducts on the airframe. So yeah, those are my thoughts on it, Curtis. Here's what I'll say: the really top tier racers, I believe they all direct solder their motors. So if you're looking to be a competitive racer, you might need to do it. I have no interest in that. If you're just flying freestyle, to me, having motors that you can more easily swap out is going to allow you to fly harder and to crash more, and that's one of the biggest, most fun parts of FPV, in my opinion. The fact that you can just be super reckless, crash a lot, push the boundaries, and not really have to worry about hurting anyone or anything, or stuff like that. So yeah, I will take that every day over saving 0.2 of a gram and maybe getting 5 more seconds of runtime. But hey, that's just me, I present the info to you beautiful people as detailed as possible here on our long form content, and then it's on you to decide for yourself. I'm having a really hard time getting this BT 2.0 connector out of here. There we go. All right, regular old Meteor65 frame coming out, and newfangled Meteor65 airframe going in. So let's see. Have they offset the battery bay like they've done previously? I believe that they have. And I believe that they've offset it in the opposite direction here. So let me show you what I'm looking at here. On the previous Meteor65 frame, it's going to be tough to get this lined up just right, but we are going to try. So when your battery sits in here, right, it bottoms out on this plastic nubbly bit, all right? So what BetaFPV did here, and I'm going to try really hard to get this lined up. Perfect. Okay, I think you can kind of see it. Can you guys see that this is not dead center? This is pushed this way a little bit. I know there's a lot of junk in the background. I guess maybe I can like do this. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But if you look really closely, you'll notice that this is offset in this direction. That is so. This is actually the front of the frame. This is the rear of the frame. So when you put your battery in, I've always assumed that the reason they offset it is so that when you push your battery in and you push it all the way forward, you see how the battery is offset? The battery is farther forward than it is back. So this thing is front heavy now, but so I assume that they shifted this back in this direction a little bit to minimize how front heavy that this thing is going to be. Technically speaking, best case scenario, you would want to put the battery here so that the lithium part of the battery, which is the heavy part of the battery, which is here, the plastic is not heavy, is dead center. But if you put it here, every time you crash, it's going to shift forward. And to be honest, I would rather have the battery pushed forward and have a shorter battery connector lead to save weight there. So that's the OG Meteor65 frame. The new one, it kind of looks like they did it again, but what's interesting is this time they've pushed the battery. So if you look at the, there's like a little arrow sort of on this frame here. This arrow points forward when you're thinking about the battery bay. The battery bay is pushed back, and then the arrow is pointing forward. It looks like they did it the other way around on this one. Here's the arrow, but the battery bay is pushed in this direction this time, ever so slightly. Like it's really subtle. But like if you follow the line here, yeah, you can man, is it subtle? You can kind of see it though. The angle that the problem is for you guys is it's hard for me to rotate the angle just right. But for me, I think, yeah, I think that they've, if I put it through here. So if I put it through here, yeah, it looks like they just ever so slightly, the battery bays. So this is now going to be the rear of the frame for me. So let's get this jammed in here, and we'll get a move on. So these BT 2.0 leads, the way that I double them over, they always become a pain in the ass to push through there. But with a little bit of force, you can always just kind of sneak it on through. And then we are going to get these motors passed down under where they need to go. All right. There's two. And let's get the other two here. Okay. 1 and 2. All right, there we go. And now we can get some Walter Gromit and Mr. Middies put on here. Anybody remember that shit? Claymation, that OG Claymation name drop. Claymation, I always found Claymation to be fascinating. It's just so cool looking. All right, so let's see if the Happy Model AIO fits in here. There's a chance that they shrunk this frame down to the point where the BetaFPV cross frame is the only frame that'll work in here. AIO rather, that'll work in here. I certainly hope not, and it's not looking like it. Nah, we're good. This camera plug is kind of / almost touching the frame, but it does the same thing on the Meteor65, and it's completely fine. So yeah, looks like our magical Mobula 6 ELRS AIO, the one AIO to rule them all, does work in the Meteor65 airframe, which is amazing. I was a little bit worried about that. And so now let's start getting our screws in here. And the next hurdle is going to be, do these motors fit with those little slots? And they do indeed. The motor drops right down in there on the motor base. So that's awesome. I'm just going to throw 1 screw per, and while I'm in here, I'm going to get some of the hair out of these motors real quick. On these brushless motors, the hairs that get under the propeller are not a big deal. The hairs that get down the bottom here at the stator base do matter. So you do every once in a while want to come in here and clear some of these hairs out that are between the stator base and the motor bell, because if you get enough hair in there, it can bog the motor down. So let's just real quick clean this up a little bit. And all right, that motor's looking good. Let's put it up in here. I'll tell you what, these little slots that they put in the motor base are actually really nice, because I can just push the motor in and it perfectly lines it up. Otherwise, you got to kind of like float the motor down there, and it's just kind of annoying. Ramdongo says, does it boing? What the hell does that mean? I feel like I'm missing. I feel like that's a internet joke that I don't know, because I'm not a computer guy. All right, next motor. Yo, I gotta be honest, man. I really like these little slots. That's so nice. It just takes the guesswork out of getting the motor like properly on there. That's pretty cool. When I saw those slots on their website, I was like, oh great, a way for their new frame to be incompatible with a bunch of motors, so that you have to run the BetaFPV motors. But these Happy Model motors are like the main ones that we run, and they work perfect with them. So that's pretty great. Come on, get in there. There we go. Still annoying to deal with the screws, though. The frame is not screwless, so you're still gonna have to deal with these stupid screws. All right, so I'm not going to crank any of these metal screws down, because apparently you want to put the plastic screws in somewhat firm, and then you screw the metal screws down to pull the motor down into the plastic, and then you tighten the plastic screws up the rest of the way. Now, I can't use my magnetic screwdriver for these peak screws. Again, these are the BetaFPV peak screws. They are significantly less expensive than the Tiny Whoop or the Weebleed FPV peak or Rennie screws. They've been fine. I haven't put 100 batteries through them yet. But my God, tonight we are gonna pound the snot out of this thing. So they're gonna get quite the durability test here in a little bit. Let me get a slightly bigger screwdriver out for these peak screws. Yep, that's much better. That's a much better fit in these guys. If you ever want to test the fit of a Phillips head screwdriver, all you do is put it on the head of the screw and then twist it back and forth and see how much slop there is, and then take a different size screwdriver and that's either bigger or smaller and do the same thing. We can see here that there's more slop with the smaller screwdriver. There's a good amount of slop with this slightly bigger screwdriver. So let's go up another size and see if an even bigger screwdriver will be even better. Usually that's what happens. Usually you just keep going up in screwdriver sizes until the slop kind of goes away. But you will get to a point where the screwdriver just spins in there, and that's the point that we're at here with this even bigger driver. So this is the correct sized Phillips head driver here. So there we go. And then we are going to crank down the metal screw. All right, awesome. One done, 3 to go. CMYK says, got that glitter sticker preview? I can hit the link, yeah. Remind me when I'm done working on this. I just did the Gangly Gang sticker. I was gonna do the CiottiFPV logo, but I don't know. It didn't seem like it had enough going on to really warrant the glitter, and I didn't know how the red would look on the white glitter. So yeah, the Gangly Gang sticker has a couple of colors. I thought that might look even cooler. So we'll see. We'll see how it is. But I am actually interested to see the preview of the proof. I wonder if they put like a glittery layer in there. All right. Might be a cool little preview. All right, there's that. It doesn't seem like I can get any extra rotation out of the peak screws after I crank this metal screw down, but sometimes you are tightening it, you just can't feel the little bit of extra rotation. So we'll keep doing it the way that I think it's Jesse that recommended doing it that way. So, and I think the full recommendation is actually to put maybe even all 3 metal screws in, crank them all down to pull the motor down into the plastic frame, and then I think you're supposed to take 1 metal screw out at a time and replace it with a peak or a Rennie. I'm kind of doing the lazy man's version of that here. So hopefully we'll be all right. Okay. Yeah, you get a little tiny bit of extra rotation when you do it that way, this way. I was just very confused because I forgot that I put the metal screws in already. I was like, there's a metal screw missing. What the hell? Ram Douglas says frame bounce. Ah, okay. Curtis Preston says, have you ever considered shaving off all of your hair in the name of weight saving? Absolutely not. I can feel under my hair that I have like a lumpy head. So yeah, I have never and probably will never shave my head in the name of weight savings. That would have been a good question for me back in my motorsport days, though. If I had ever become competitive enough, you never know, man. I've been known to do some dumb shit. Not really that dumb, though. I'm pretty lame when it comes to doing dumb stuff, if I'm honest. All right, yo. We are in it. We are in the airframe. Let's throw some props on here and put it back. Oh, nope. We got to put the canopy down first. But then we will put some props in it and throw it back on the scale. And I think this, I'm kind of sure that this thing is going to be less than 19 grams. It's going to be 18 point something grams, which is just bananas. Because we've got a lot of components on here that are meant for durability. And we've got a big old full-sized, non-small, lightened up True RC Singularity antenna. So this is for better video quality. So yeah, this is like a no compromises sub 19 gram hardcore tiny whoop, and that's pretty rad. Like anybody can just start cutting plastic off and just remove everything and make an ultra lightweight tiny whoop, right? It takes a little bit more work and finesse and just effort to make something that's like properly durable and also really lightweight, so you can actually fly the damn thing instead of just kind of babying it around because you cut so much off that it's a fragile mess. I love that there are people that, go crazy and figure out how to make these things like 17, 16 grams. But like, that's not realistic. That's like just, that does not leave you with a rig that you can fly hard or really enjoy, in my opinion. Like, it might fly great, but every time you crash it, it's going to be like, oh my God, what caught on fire this time? And that really takes the fun out of it for me personally. Yeah, buddy. There we go. I've got, this is like all I have in the way of Gemfan bi-blades right now. I have like this weird mixed collection of them. I have some more on the way, but at the moment, this is what I've got. So this one looks pretty good. This one looks kind of okay, although this has a little piece of plastic hanging off of it. Let me just kind of trim that a little bit, throw off the weight balance. So we've got high left, high right. Here's another. This has the tip of the one blade broken off. Let's skip that one. This one looks pretty good. Let me just straighten the blade out a little bit here. Yep, this one looks pretty good. That's a high right. So now I just need one more high left, and it's got to be this one. And let's just straighten this blade out. I don't know how this happened. I don't know how I got so low on these amazing propellers, but I guess because there was a point where I was just like, nah, throw them away, fresh propellers for life, and then I just didn't reorder at the right rate. All right, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We are props out on this thing, so let's get these popped on here. Wait, no, let's put this black one on the rear. I don't know why. There we go. One. And we've got props out. Two. That one might fly off. Push down on there a little bit too easy. 3 and 4. We've learned how to count together, my friends. Let's see what it weighs. Give me that 18 point something number, you dirty rat bastard. Come on now. Give it. Tell me that it's 18 point something grams. Oh, god damn, 18.5. Yo! 18.5 grams. Enough screwing around. Let's fly it. Actually, no. First things first, let's look at where the propellers sit on the ducts. And it looks like the situation is marginally improved. They still sit pretty low in there. Can you see that? They still swing pretty low. I wish that the ducts were a little bit shorter. I understand why the ducts are not shorter. They want to make a frame that works with all the different motors. So I do get it, but the situation is a little bit better. It does sit ever so slightly higher in the duct there. And the ducts are a little bit bigger. I don't know why they did that, but yeah, the ducts are a little bit bigger. Wow, 18.5 grams. That is fantastic. Good lord. Let's beat the crap out of it, my friends. What do you say? Anybody down for that? CiottiFPV says, I thought it was props in for Tiny Whoop's ability. I've tested in and out, and I don't really see a difference. I cannot discern a difference between props in and props out on the Tiny Whoops. I do want to do a little bit more testing on that, but yeah. The testing that I've done has not really shown anything. But I do want to do some dive testing. I just have to find a good spot. The frame bounce test. Bounce is pretty good. Bounce is pretty good. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. It's got a good bounce to it. It's got a good, I don't know. I don't know what this test shows, but you know, you guys asked for it, so you're gonna get it. Here's how the old BetaFPV new old stock frame bounces. Seems to be the same. Maybe less. Maybe less bounciness. I think this one bounces less. Yeah. It bounces less. I don't know what that proves, but there you go. Here's the OG Meteor65 frame. Bounces about the same. I don't know. Bounce test confirmed and completed. Okay, time to smash it. But first, Just in Time FPV says, is there plans to do a second Walksnail build? I do have a second Walksnail build that's already done in a 75 frame, but I just need to remember to place the order for the screws that I need for it. Maybe I'll remember tonight. Marlon Vera said, wait, no, Ramdonko says, how the expensive lightweight screws holding up and out, and any one. The peak screws have been great. We're going to really test the shit out of them tonight, though. Marlon Vera says, what about the new air canopy, though? I do not. So here's what Marlon is talking about. I do not like that style of canopy. This like G-string style of canopy here will allow the camera on hard hits. The camera is going to slam into the AIO. Like, so the camera is just sitting up here with like no protection. So if you hit it really hard, the camera will hit the AIO and it can blow up the AIO. I really, really, really prefer durability over lightweight within reason. But yeah, I don't like those. I don't like those G-string canopies. And I don't know what camera could go in it. I'm really, really, really happy with the Mobula 6 canopy. I can fit the TrueRC Singularity antenna under it. It's been hysterically durable. The Runcam Nano 3 is a great camera in here. The up tilt is adjustable. It raises the camera up just enough so that the ducts are a little bit out of view. It's just this is the camera canopy combo that I've sort of settled on. I guess I should try this canopy here, but I don't know. It can go to hell. The angle of adjustment is also a little bit much. 25 to 50 degrees is too much. I want like 10 degrees, 15 degrees. So yeah, I'm probably gonna skip this. I'm just super happy with this canopy here. And when you find something that you're happy with, god damn it, stay with it. Polly Shortcut says, I'm sure you've been told, but we got to enjoy your Hummingbird campfire. But we got to enjoy your Hummingbird campfire on the Infinity Loop stream. I had not been told that. What was he streaming at the same time, or did he play the clip on his stream? Tell me more. Tag me though. CMYK says, oh, we got that. Ram Douglas says, weigh it, took care of that. Mr. Dr. Death says, yes, I'm ready. CMYK says, looking at my rigs, apparently I use both. I know UAV Tech did a dive test looking for video now. Yeah, UAV Tech did. So on Cinewhoops, props in for sure. Absolutely no questions. Props in work better for dropping elevation on Cinewhoops, and to be honest, just in general, props in on a Cinewhoop, it just flies better, in my opinion. On Tiny Whoops, I have not seen a difference. I do want to test it while doing big dives. I just don't have a spot to do big dives in the house. I have to leave the house, and I don't leave the house very much. But I will. Pauly Shortcut says, Infinity Loops looked it up this AM because chat mentioned it. He clipped the audio. Nice. MaleFPV says, helped him find it. Thought it would be a memorable moment. Yeah, I wish I had this fucking camera up because I was just switching batteries real quick to try to get back up in the air. I really wish that I'd had this camera on because I was holding it right here when I plugged the next battery in, so you guys would have seen the plume of smoke. It actually threw up a bunch of smoke because like 9 MOSFETs caught on fire at once. Yeah. Hindsight is always 20/20, you know. I would say like, oh, I gotta get better at changing cameras, but like, you know, when I'm just doing a quick battery change, like, I just want to get it done, and you know, I don't want to be blinking back and forth between cameras over and over again. There we go. Here we go, friends. 18.5 gram dry Tiny Whoop coming at your face. I doubt that I'll be able to like. This is mainly a durability test. Like, it's lighter. It's gonna fly better. It's gonna have better runtime. It's gonna have better power to weight ratio. Whether or not I can tell the difference doesn't really matter. Like, the difference is there. And yeah, it's more about can the damn thing hold up? So let's just oh, for fuck's sake. Let's just get right into it. And I don't think Teddy is I think Teddy is in I think he's in his bed. Kiddos are upstairs. So let's just start hitting it hard, right? Like, this is where the big slams are going to happen. Speaking of... Landed on the couch. What are the odds? That was on purpose. I forgot crash prevention was on. Oh, no! Help me! All right. Kids are going to help. Thank you! Yay! That is Azalea's friend, Alex. She is awesome. Oh, boy. Let's just get it, man. Let's just start. I'm just gonna start doing big stuff, and we'll definitely crash. Oh, yeah, that was a good one. Oh boy, that ceiling fan support post was right. Oh god, that was a full throttle. Where even at? Oh, I crashed it up on top of the thing. That was a. I was full throttle when that thing hit. Whoa! God damn, this thing rips. What are they doing? Oh, they're watching the stream. They got the stream on. Oh, I see me. I see me seeing me seeing me. All right, battery's almost shot. God, this thing flies great. Oh! Okay, so we smacked it good and hard a couple times. Peak screws are all there. I will say this is as to be expected. The frame is a little bit more wobbly. The PID tune is pretty cranked up, and it's fine. It's not oscillating all over the place. It's yeah, I don't know. It's fine. It's totally fine. Let's keep going though. We need to really. I want to really bang this thing off of the some hardwood to, you know, like the real durability testing is going to come 100 batteries in, right? 200 batteries in. But all I can do tonight is really just fly it hard with all the full throttle that I can muster, to try to put some big time stress into it, right off the rip. Seems okay so far. Let's keep going. Pauly Shortcut says it was glorious. Probably Hummingbird fire not on cam. All right, here we go. Oh God. Okay. Okay. So I take it back. It was just oscillating to the moon. All right, listen when I'm zero throttle. Oh man, it's like right on the edge. It's so with an absolute, oh boy, with an absolutely fresh battery, my existing tune from the Meteor65 frame was a bit, is a bit much. So, so, but let's leave it because it's only doing that on an absolute fresh battery. And that only, as we saw, that only lasts like 10 seconds or so. But that's a really good data point of like, yes, it's more wobbly. This is like a known quantity kind of thing, right? Like frames that are less stiff are gonna let more vibrations through. That's sort of just the way that it is. I will never get the fan landing when it's going this fast, but I can at least try to make your brain break. Oh God! We've been hit by the fan. Oh, that was a good one. Uh-oh. That was not a good one. That was a little crash. Oh, big old wall ride. Ah, that was dumb. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. It's even bad in the goggles. It must be terrible for you guys. Oh, the fan was trying to get me on that one. Where am I? I'm lost. There we go. We're good. Oh, no! Uh-oh. Oh, no! We're getting some good hits in. Here we go. Ah! Oh! Trying to focus a little bit here. 3.47. Yeah, I can feel it sagging. Let's get down here. Get another battery in. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Falling down. Nope. Didn't fall downstairs. I'm not gonna like purposefully crash it either. That just seems silly. Like it's gonna take enough abuse, me just flying it. So I don't feel it necessary to like full throttle the damn thing into the wall. Plus, like, you know, when you start purposefully crashing things, I don't necessarily think that that's good feedback. Like, just fly it, and then you're gonna crash. Hockey Round says power loops seem a tad more floaty. Maybe. I work really hard to, like, try to not play into the placebo, basically. So it has to be like a drastic difference for me to say, like, hey, it's you know, this is a thing that's different. That is not like drastically jumping out at me, but I mean, you guys watch me fly a lot, so your opinions do matter. Frame is still totally fine. Let's see how it is with a fresh battery again. Let's see how the oscillation goes, right? So I'm just gonna watch the throttle on the right. Watch the throttle percentage off on the right there. See, it's 0. Look at that, 0 throttle. See it? Now the battery's gonna sag a little bit. And now we're good. So yeah, the frame is a little bit more floppy. Oh, there it is again. It's oscillating again. Now we're good though. You can always tell by blipping the throttle and then going 0 throttle. When you go 0 throttle, you want it to be nice and quiet. So listen, ready? Listen to how quiet it gets when I go 0 throttle. Oh, for Christ's sakes. All right, ready? Listen to how quiet it goes. That's what you want. If when you do that test, when you're at 0 throttle, it's like or it's making any kind of weird trilling or oscillation sounds, your tune is a little too aggressive, or you don't have enough filtering, and you need to chill it on out. Man, this thing upstairs, this thing. Whoa! What do we got in here? Anything? What do we got? We got some food in here? Ah! Let me get in there. Let me get in that refrigerator while the duck is quacking. Ah! 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 I'm stuck to the shoe! I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Hold on, let me take care of this duck. Let's see if I can take care of the duck while hovering. Oh, we good! We taking care of the duck while flying! Damn, yo! Technically it fits through here, but it's not like I can't do it on command. And stuff that's like luck-based, I try not to do too much. Oh! I hit the garbage can so hard. Look at it catch itself, man. All right, back downstairs we go. Let's actually back the tune off ever so slightly to show you what you would normally do. I might push the... nah, I'll leave the tune backed off. What's the battery at? 3.6 now. Let's put a fresh battery on, and then we'll go into the OSD. Frame still seems to be totally fine. MoFPV says, how do you fit anything but the Nano 3 in that mob canopy? This is how. The True RC Singularity is just perfect in there, with the shortest little lead on it. It's just like, and it looks like it's compressed in there, but it's not. Like it'll actually move ever so slightly, so it's not like jammed up against the AIO or anything like that. That's how you do it, my friend. All right, so this battery is nice and warm. That was an absolute fresh battery. That was a green Sharpie battery. So yeah, that's like the most power it'll ever have. Peak screws are totally fine. Everything is looking good. Let me show you guys how to just take the edge off the tune a little bit here. So we're going to go into our OSD. And that was weird. So we can go into simplified tuning. And wow, the tune is not very aggressive on here. Oh, the master multiplier is pretty aggressive. So we're just going to take this master multiplier from 1.5 to 1.4. That might be all we needed. That might be all we needed to do. We'll know in 1 second. Let's arm it. Nope. See it, 0 throttle. So the tune is still a bit much. Let's go back in and take it down a little bit more. Let's come down to 1.2, but I'm going to add in a little bit more D-gain because I don't want the D-gain to come down quite that much. Why do I have so much feed forward in here? Take a little bit of feed forward out. Feed forward will have nothing to do with this issue. That's just a flight feel thing. Let's try it now. And now we're good to go. The battery has sagged a little bit, so we'll check it again at the beginning of the next battery. But yeah. We've still got 0 prop wash. And, you know, turning a tune down, like having no prop wash, turning a tune down and still having no prop wash, like, good to go. There's no, like, don't be like, oh, I wish I could have the tune more cranked up. Like, no. You want exactly enough tune to kill the bad behaviors, and then you want to leave it alone after that. Oh! My God, this thing flies good. It's just outrageous. Oh, that chair! Where did it come from? It came out of nowhere and got me. Where am I? Oh, I'm over there. Let's do some fast stuff. Wah! Woo! Ah! Oh no! They're kicking it! The children are kicking it! I don't know to... There we go. I had a feeling they were going to put it right side up. Oh! Oh, God! Put the nose... This thing jams when you put the nose down. Good Lord. Get them feet! Oh, I got kicked! Oh! I don't know what I'm trying to do with that. I'm trying to do something like midair, like almost like an inverted yaw spin, but it just doesn't really work. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to do there. All right, we got some pretty big crashes in upstairs, falling down the stairs. We got some pretty hard hits in upstairs. Let's do a little bit of flying down here. Hey. Ah! Ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Oh, you bastard, you. Ah, twice in a row. Come on now. Okay. I have to recalibrate for the smaller space that is the basement versus just hammering full throttle upstairs. Good Lord, man. This flies awesome. I mean, this rig has always flown awesome, but I don't know. It might fly a little bit better now. Might fly a little bit better now. I mean, it certainly doesn't fly worse, right? Like, it's lighter, and it's got the same amount of power, so it ain't gonna fly worse, right? Oh my God. Tiny whoops, man. Why they gotta fly so good? Like, it makes me not want to fly anything else. The peak screws are all still good to go. I'm starting to get some hairs wrapped around the motor, but that's okay. It was probably from whoever's slippers I was trying to eat. I think those were Alex's slippers. Let's get some of them slipper hairs out of here. And then we'll throw another battery through this. Man, this airframe is kind of impressing me. I mean, like I said, the real durability test will come 100 batteries in, but so far so good. I mean, like, if it was really flawed, I feel like I would have already started to mangle it, and sorry guys, and it looks totally fine. I don't necessarily, well, I'll see here. I'll see in the basement if I think there's any difference in how it handles bumps and the motor stalling. Upstairs, you know, it's absolute full tilt mayhem. Every time it hits something, it's pushing this duct all the way in and stalling the motor out for sure. Down here, we'll get some more subtle crashes that will tip us off as to, yeah. All right. Changes we made to the tune seem to be working. Although this battery was at like 4.20 volts. So, yeah, I think this battery might have just been a little bit discharged. What did I knock the hat down? I did. I knocked the soft-mounted Scully hat down. Oh my god, if I'd gotten back under. So this is the impossible coffee table power loop. It's impossible because how low this coffee table is. Man, I'm knocking every... How did I knock a 6S 1500 off the table with a tiny whoop? That's an accomplishment right there. Oh, are you kidding me? I caught that support on the other side? Is this real life? Uh-oh. Alright, come on now. Nah, those don't count as power loops. Power loop needs to be one big... like that. That's it! That's a proper power loop. Fuck! Man, I'm having a hard time with the Ciotti loops. Ooh! Mega power loop! Oh, so close. Let's go for it again. Mega power loop! Oops! I don't know what happened there. I got all kinds of messed up. Mega power loop! Ah! Crash prevention got me. Mega power loop! Oh god, I'm getting worse. I'm putting the throttle on too early. You gotta wait and be patient. There it is! You gotta wait and be patient. Ah! I wasn't lined up. You gotta wait and be patient. Ah! Yeah, so see that little bump there where it started to... So you can always tell when you stall a motor out when you bump into something. Let's bump into something here. When you bump into something, and so that was a good bump. This is going to be a bad... See how it spirals out of control? That's one motor stalling out because the duct hit it. I don't necessarily notice that this is any better or worse. See, it hit too hard that time and it spiraled. So yeah, I don't notice that this is any better. It's tough though. Like I want to fly some of the. I want to fly this rig here back to back with the other rig that's in the regular. Oh boy, that battery is going to be very upset with me. But I really don't want to walk. So I'm going to fly it home like an idiot and really just demolish this poor little battery. Let's get it right on the charger. Oh boy, 3.2 volts. That's not going well. It's up to 3.4 already. Crisis averted. What was I saying? I don't know. Could have been that important. Marlon says, did peak screws fully tight in there still? Kind of want to get them. If you just put them and forgot about them. Yep, they get nice and tight. Jesse Perkins from Tiny Whoop recommends that you put 4 metal screws in, and then take 1 metal screw out, put the peak screw in, take the other metal screw out, put the peak screw in. I recommend that you do the metal screw on the outside and then the peak or the Rennie screws on the inside. I haven't tested the Rennie screws yet. These peaks have been holding up really well, and they did save like 0.2 or 0.3 or 0.4 of a gram. So yeah. And I got these from WeBleedFPV, where I do have an affiliate link. The way that I tightened these, I put the metal screw in loose, and then I cranked the peak screws tight, and then I tightened the metal screw, and then I retightened the peak screws. That's sort of my lazy man way of doing it. I should probably do it the other way, but I didn't. And it seems to be fine, so I don't know. CMYK says, drop the build specs on us one more time, little monster. This is the ultimate freestyle Tiny Whoop, which is a Mobula 6 ELRS, which comes with the right canopy, the right camera, and the right AIO. The AIO is the Happy Model F4 ELRS regular full size. BT 2.0 conversion, Tiny Whoop 0702 32,000 kV motors. If you want to do your entire order from one place, you can also get the WeBleedFPV 0702 32,500 kV motors. I can't possibly imagine anybody being able to tell the difference between the two motors. WeBleedFPV 300 mAh BT 2.0 batteries, and the BetaFPV Meteor65 airframe. That's it. Super simple build, all off-the-shelf parts, 18.5 grams dry, flies like an effing lunatic. There it goes again. Little bit of so this is oh, it's in angle mode. So angle mode does not use, well, no, that was horizon mode. I think the horizon mode does use the PID loop. So there's that. Oh man, Ciotti loops are going horribly tonight. If you get yourself stuck under something, oh well, it'll happen again, and I'll show you. Whoo! Let's do the tunnel. Let's do a little Matty flip action through here. Ah! Almost. Let's get it again. Just get stuck. We gotta get it. Come on, we gotta get it. I'll do it the full. Oh, I bailed too early. The Matty dive. Come on, yo. Ah! Almost. Almost. There it was. There it was. Didn't stick the landing, though. Oh, wow, that was the worst one yet. Oh, where am I? Oh, boy! That's unrecoverable! Taking a walk. Alright. Let's get him out of the corner here, behind the dehumidifier. Ah! Get out of there, little buddy. Okay. Okay. I'll push this dehumidifier all the way to the corner. Maybe it'll prevent one or two of those unrecoverable crashes. Probably not, but you never know. Okay. Hot. Oh, God. Oh! Okay, here we go. More abuse. More death. Oh, shit. Oh, God. It's so fast. Like, when you put the nose down, it just explodes. Oh! The big dive. Fuck yeah. With a big laid out approach, too. I love like, just these things. Like, Oh, I love slamming into the ceiling. Now, let me show you. I love, like, just laying the move out like we do with a 5-inch rig. Like, yeah, just let it hang at 0 throttle and just float around. That's the shit that, like, that's the shit that we get now with tiny whoops that we never did. The ability to just throw them up in the air and just let them hang and just lay it out and just... Oh, man. Oh, god damn. Yeah, this is... As you... Oh, I missed it completely! As you remove weight... What was that black thing? Oh, it was one of the little straps. It was this strap. As you remove weight, you get more of that, right? It becomes more of like a toothpick where you're going to get extra hang time. And there is a chance that I'm noticing a little bit more hang time. Somebody in chat said earlier that it seems like the power loops are a little bit more floaty. That's what they were talking about. Oh man, I over-discharged this battery too. Shit balls. This other battery that I over-discharged is all the way up to 3.9 already, so in theory he's okay. This one here, let's get it on. 3.5, this one's not as bad. The one from a minute ago was pretty bad. Everything still looks fine. Peak screws are all intact. A little bit more hair on here. Frame's holding up. Let's go back upstairs and put some more proper abuse into it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Dan says, my first whoop was a Mobula 7. What should I try next? This. Exactly what I'm flying right now. It will change your life. Might not change your life, but... This is an older battery, and it wasn't oscillating right off the rip. Oh. I have to really concentrate when I do that. I'll do it to Alex, too. Oh, the fan got me! Man, why can't the fan be rotating the other direction? I'm so much better at orbits in the other direction. Man, I am like full right roll. Wow. Oh, God. Oh, that's unrecoverable, too. It's in the railing. Ah. All right, I gotta go grab that. Hold on. There we go. All right, back in it. Pick this hat up off the floor. Pick this battery up off the floor. Jesus. Let's try to get that coffee table power loop a little bit cleaner. Lock it, big fan. Oh no! The pole got me. Oh wait, no, we haven't done the newbie drone gates. Oh, first try. Oh, second try. What? Oh. Maybe I'm getting better at these newbie drone gates. Oh, and the turnover dive. Let's do it the other way. Nope, 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 nope. No, 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 no! Don't start pinballing on me. Be cool. Be cool. Everybody chill. Right, let's do the Matty flip. Oh! Nope, 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 nope! Here we go. Nope. That's tough to do the front flip through there. Yeah, there it was. Ah, I got it! Almost. Almost, almost, almost. Coffee table! We're stuck. This is one of the older batteries. This is one of the red Sharpie batteries. So we're not going to get quite as much performance out of it. Okay, now I'm flying like a buffoon. Relax. Woo! Ah! Didn't quite get it over there. Oh, God. Ah, Simrig ate me. Leave me alone, Simrig. Don't eat me. Do not eat. Oh! Yeah, almost. Can you guys tell that this battery is a little more saggy? Ah! Alright, I didn't over-discharge the hell out of this battery. That's good. Well, that's one of the older batteries, so it wouldn't have mattered if I did, because it's going to get cycled out soon. Alright, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 batteries left. Oh, look at that. It's 8:53. I have not looked at the time all night. If you have any last-second questions in the chat, please leave them now. All of the peak screws are still good to go. Frame is still in good shape. Let's do the first half of this battery upstairs. I'm just going to go all the way in and put some real abuse into it. This is a newer battery, and it's not oscillating, so that's good. Here we go. Big one. And full speed. Oh! That was a hard hit. Oh, wow. It went inside there. That's wild. Oh! That was a very soft crash. Oh, that hit like a ton of bricks. In the fan! I gotta be honest. I was kind of like, well, if it goes into the fan, that'll be a good... Oh, shit. That was a hard one on the side. So that really pushed the duct in. Battery's starting to sag. I'm losing the ability to recover from those mega. All right, that hit carpet. Oh, wow, I can't believe I cleared that. All right, that was the first half of the... Falling down the stairs. Falling down the stair durability test. Oh, wait, what? Where am I? There we go. We're falling down the stairs. What? Oh, it's right side up. Oh, now it's falling down the stairs again. Hey, here we go. Thump. Oh! Man, that hit the metal. That hit the metal good and hard. Oh! Shit. Oh! There's a clean one. Shitty little end of it, though. Oh, man, I'm coming up a little low. There's one. Thin man legs! Oh, that throw! Just that float, man. That float, that throw, inverted. Come on! God damn. Build you one of these. What else do I have to do? If you are here right now and you do not have one of these builds, this is like a $150 build. If you do not have one of these, you're just hurting yourself. All the peak screws are fine. Let's see how this frame did. That one, okay. All right. So we did some damage. I knew that one hit was hard. That one hit from the ceiling, I guarantee you that's what did this. I was wondering if this was beginning to happen. It kind of looked like something was going on here. Let me show you. So we are starting to form a crease right here on the frame. See it? See the plastic is going white? That's not a support, right? The support is here. The support is there. This is starting to crease here from, more than likely from this. This is so it crashed on its side, and so it all the impact did this to the ducts, and so it's really not surprising, right? It found the weak point in between these two supports here, and it's hitting it over and over and over again, and it's starting to crease it. I mean, we're okay so far, right? Like the propeller is not hitting the duct yet, so this is still okay. But now that it's found this weak point, it's just going to continue to crease this. I've seen this on the other Meteor 65 frames right here. See it? It's on in almost the exact same spot. And it's doing it on both front ducts. It'll do it on the front ducts more than the rears because we fly forward, right? So you hit moving forward more often. The solution from the Meteor ducts was always just to take it like this and just bend it back. Just bend it back the other direction. But the problem is it's a weak point now. So it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And eventually it's probably going to break there. What's interesting is it's not, I guess it's kind of starting to do it. You can see it ever so slightly on this side. Oh, it's starting to do it in the rear here too. Yep, you can see it in the rear there. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say like, oh, you know, don't get this because like we're seeing here, it's done this on the old Meteor frame too. And you just bend it back and you keep going. What I'll be interested in is what happens after 100 batteries, right? Like how I have broken the Meteor frames before. Good Lord, do they take a lot of batteries. This might be doing this a little bit early, but I am specifically hammering the shit out of this thing upstairs and crashing it into the hardwood a lot, right? So like, I don't know, but I think, certainly seems like that has the potential to be the weak point on these Meteor frames. Flying this thing in the basement, crashing into the carpet, it would have taken an awful lot longer for this to happen, I'm willing to bet. I'm just going to keep blasting this thing around, and we'll see when the frame is really needing to be replaced. Certainly doesn't yet. This propeller still spins. Maybe this is why they increased the size of these ducts. They talk about that on their website. Check out the product page on BetaFPV. Yeah, they did increase the diameter of these a little bit, and that's going to help, right? Because it's you've got the duct and it's doing this. So if this is bigger and it does that, it's going to have a little bit more room before it hits the propeller. So, hey, we got some durability feedback, and it's 9 o'clock. Go watch some bot grinder, my friends. I've got 5 more batteries. I think I'll save them for Sunday, and we'll put some more abuse through this on Sunday. Last thing I'll do is let me fly the black rig that's significantly heavier. I'll put a relatively fresh battery on it, and I'll see if I can tell an actual difference. Not a totally fair fight because the battery lead on this is significantly longer. Next time I pull that thing apart, I will fix the battery lead so that it's a little bit closer. But this is basically now adding 1.5 grams of all-up weight. But the motors are different, and the PID tune is slightly different, and the gyro is slightly different on this AIO, so it's tough to, like... Yeah, this is not like a perfect head-to-head, but this is the regular Meteor 65 frame. Yeah, and this is also the build and the all-up weight and everything that I'm, like, most comfortable with. You know, it's going to take me a minute to get used to the lighter weight of that other build. I don't really feel a difference. I mean, I'm sure that there is a difference because it's a significant amount heavier, but this feels completely amazing to me. Mainly because this is the build that I've been flying a lot. So, I mean, like, if we do decide that the airframe is a little bit too fragile, we just go back to the Meteor 65 frame. Like, this flies fucking great, you know? There's nothing wrong with this. So we are spoiled for choices here. Good problem to have. Yeah, this flies completely fine. I guess maybe it feels a little bit heavier, but there are a bunch of things that are different. Oh my god, rejected twice. Oh, triple rejection. It was like when I was in college. There we go, there was one. Oh my god, I can't even do a roll through the damn gate. Ah, I can do that though, damn it. Oh! Oh, stalled it out and went through one but not the other. Oh! Those little split-ass turnovers down into these gates are way harder than you'd think. It's taken me a long time to figure them out. Because, like, you have no time. Like, it's just like... It's like putting in a fucking... It's like putting in the fireball move on fucking Street Fighter. Like, you just do it a million times until you get the timing just right. It's not like one of these moves that you can actually fly through, because it just happens so fast. Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with this regular Meteor65 frame. Not a thing. Oh, boy. Impossible power loop! Stop bouncing off everything! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Oh, wait, 3.37. Yikes. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. If you want to run your PIDs a little bit higher, if you want a little bit more weight for, like, throwing it over things, although what are you really going to throw a tiny whoop over? The OG Meteor65 frame is a great choice. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. This is also the rig with the BetaFPV 0702 32500s, 500 more kV, a little bit more power to pick up that extra weight. Yeah, no wrong answers, yo. Lots and lots of good products. We are spoiled for excellent components for Tiny Whoop builds right now. So build yourself one. It's this is amazing. Quad66 is in the chat. What's up, brother? I need to get you. I need to put you as a moderator so that you will light up in blue. Standard manage blocked words. I want you to be a standard moderator. Cool. You will now show up in blue. You do not have to moderate anything. I just want your name to show up in blue. Quad66. If you guys are not subscribed to Quad66's channel, you've lost your damn mind. Go subscribe over there. Great pilot, great tuner, super cool guy, smart guy. Yeah, we bounce ideas off each other every once in a while. I love every opportunity I get to talk to him. So get over there and get subscribed. But for right now, go watch you some Bot Grinder, my friends. My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. Hit up CiottiFPV.com to support me. I need your help. I'm completely crowdfunded. This way I can review stuff and make fun of it and trash it. And it's, you know, I don't have any company that I'm worrying about not sending me gear in the future. Yeah, you guys are my boss, and you also get to tell me what to do. So tell me what you want to see in future live streams, and I'll do it. Because, you know, you guys are the ones that I'm making this content for. Thanks for hanging. Hold on. Let me get caught up on chat real quick. Just in time FPV says, parrot land it. What's that mean? Oh, land on their shoulder. CMYK says, lock it is big fan. Morton Upshot says, we want to see the kids put you in the fridge. Dago says, what is that, your boyfriend? Yeah, that's his robot spirit extension. His smelly body is in the basement. What does that mean? And then Hockey Round says, let her do his great stream. Thank you, homie. See you guys Sunday at 3 o'clock. I don't know what we're going to do, but we'll have a good time together, as we always do. Yeah. Get you a Meteor65 airframe. I'm impressed. You'll have to drop your PIDs a little bit, but you should have plenty of headroom for it to still fly good. And I have a feeling that we're going to be able to just bend back this crease point a whole bunch of times. Yeah, serious weight savings. Half a gram is an awful lot, and the props do seem to sit a little bit better in the duct height-wise. Yeah, I'm impressed. I give it a thumbs up. For $4 whole, get one. Try it yourself. Use my Weebly affiliate link if you don't mind. I'm sure it'll be coming to the other websites soon as well. I have a GetFPV affiliate link as well if you want to do an order from there with one. I think those are probably the two shops that'll get this frame where I have affiliates. Thanks, friends. Be good. Here comes some frying from Rampage this year. 3.5-inch ripsqueak on 1404s in the land of the trees. This will be a quick one, but this is on the new GemFan 3.5 by, I want to say 2.5, I believe they are, propellers on 1404 murders. That's not a file of flying, that's just a file of my hand. What just happened? Is this me flying at all? Yeah, there's a little flying in here. All right, people. Be good. Thanks for hanging. Join my Patreon or else. Oh, I forgot to give Patreon shout-outs tonight. I'm going to do that on Sunday, I promise. Thanks, guys. Love you. Bye.
Won't you have a drink with me? We head into town, see what it's about. Barely need a shirt, though the sun has almost set. Make the most of it. I know we will dance and sing. There's a heat wave. There's a heat wave rolling in. There's a heat wave, yeah. There's a party in the streets and the city's on fire. There's a party in the streets and the city's on fire. There's a party in the streets and the city's on fire.